All right, good morning, everyone. So our birds are getting two types of fish right now, restaurant quality sustainable herring and capelin. This is their first meal of the day, so I'm expecting most of our birds, if not all of them, to eat at least one fish. They can eat about 4 to 5 herring and about 10 to 15 capelin. And I was putting some vitamins in the fish because they're thawed out. They do lose some of their nutrients, but that kills all the parasites. So all we have to do is just put a vitamin in the gill of the fish. The bird does not know it's there and swallows that fish whole like Matson's doing right now, I hope. All right, so I'm just going to get off the mic for a few minutes while I concentrate on feeding 23 penguins in this exhibit, and then I'll explain what I'm doing in just a few minutes, but you can see these guys are getting pretty hungry. And it can be kind of tricky to feed them all because some are a little bit more demanding than others. But come on over and check out our penguin feed, and I'll explain what's going on in just a few minutes. That happens every now and then when another visitor. They did the bait and swoop technique today. All right, so our penguins get to eat restaurant quality sustainable fish, and that kind of brings upon some visitors every now and then. Our birds are kind of in a transitional period before their yearly molt. 3 of our birds have already gone through that molt. I'm feeding one of them right now. Her name is Dee. She's actually named after Dr. Dee Boersma, who studies these guys in their natural habitat of Chile and Argentina and the Falkland Islands. She got their largest breeding colony, Punta Tombo, protected. So these guys are near threatened. There are about 2 million Magellanic penguins out there. They're a member of the banded penguin family. They are susceptible to overfishing and oil pollution. So one of the ways you can help these guys out is just support MPAs or Marine Protection Acts, so the habitat that they live in and also fish and hunt in is protected as well. So I'm just kind of finishing up a feed. We got some nice braying going on in the water over there by one of our pairs, Ludwig and Paddles. These guys do mate for life. They are monogamous. They can kind of window shop though, which is kind of fun to watch sometimes. There are 9 burrows or nests behind me, and they're all occupied by pairs. We've had 13 chicks hatch here at the aquarium. These guys only breed once a year. So I was talking a little bit about their yearly molt. Penguins have the thickest, densest feathers of any bird out there. They have about 70 to 75 per square inch. That feather structure itself is what keeps them dry in the water. But when you're a Magellanic penguin, you can migrate 1,000 to 3,000 miles a year. And in general, your feathers get pretty worn throughout the year. They take really good care of their feathers, though. They spend about 3 hours a day preening. It's usually what they do after they eat, but it looks like we're getting some exercise. We're porpoising right now. It's one of the ways you can evade predators, but here at the aquarium, it's just how they get some exercise. Some of our birds are a little bit more graceful than others, so it's pretty fun to watch them get that daily swim in the pool. If you want to get up close and personal to our penguins, we do offer penguin encounters 3 days a week. They're before we open, so you get a chance to hang out with a penguin out in front of the habitat here. They usually like to hang out underneath that viewing window. It's one of their favorite places to go. These guys are really amazing to work with. They all have such different personalities. It's an honor to actually be able to work with these guys and help raise their babies. They are a lot of hard work, but definitely worth it. So they're a member of the banded penguin family along with the African Humboldt and Galapagos penguin, except the Magellanic is the only one with 2 bands. And I mentioned they were near threatened. They're cousins, the African penguin. Those guys are in danger. There's only about 50,000 of them left. And I was lucky enough to be able to go help them out in South Africa at Sandcob. Used my penguin skills to good uses. But Sandcob helps rescue, protect, and re-release these guys back to their natural habitat. Our exhibit's a little bit different. We have Magellanic penguins. 4 of our birds were rescued from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It's kind of far north from where you typically find them. But they were able to kind of start our colony and help with our SSP, or Species Survival Plan. It's kind of like a Match.com for protected or endangered animals. So genetically, these guys can add nice variants to all the colonies that have Magellanic penguins in zoos and aquariums. We've traded a few of our birds to different facilities. And we've gotten birds in return, like Admiral Fancy Pants. Well, it looks like our birds are pretty much done eating, so I'm going to go ahead and give them a chance to get their exercise. But I do want to thank you guys for supporting us because we are a nonprofit institution. Your paid admission is going right back to these animals. And this is a pretty fun time. They're getting a lot of good exercise right now. I'm just going to see if any of the other birds that are kind of hanging out by their burrows want to eat. But they're getting herring and capelin restaurant quality sustainable seafood. They also bray to communicate. They've been doing that a lot this morning, so you might get a nice opportunity to see that. Thank you guys so much and enjoy the rest of your day here at the aquarium.